Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show. Coming to you from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Warner, joined at the table this week by my good friends, Dreams Unlimited travel agent Sean Falk.
Hi.
Our associate editor on the DIS, Ms. Danny Sunderly.
Hi there.
And our associate producer here on the DIS Unplugged shows, Mr. Corey Fiascanaro.
Hey, guys.
And hope you guys are off. Your week is off to a good start. Our topic today is going to be your picks for the best restaurants at Disney's Hollywood Studios, or as I referred to it before the show, MGM. Because to me, it's still MGM Studios. Before we get onto that, just want to remind everybody the sponsor for this show and all the shows that we produce, all the content we produce, DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. Full disclosure, I am an owner in Dreams Unlimited Travel. Started that back in 1999. Very proud of the fact that we have sent more than 100,000 families to Walt Disney World. Very, very proud of that fact. So if you want help with your Disney vacation, DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. Let one of our expert agents, just like Mr. Sean Falk over here, help you plan all of that. Also want to remind everybody we have some great resources regarding Disney dining over on the DIS, wdwinfo.com. Among those resources is our menu database. We have virtually all the menus from all the table and quick service restaurants at Walt Disney World entered into this database, updated very regularly, usually every 3 to 6 months. Those are updated. So as you're doing your research, it's a great tool. A lot of great information on that section of the DIS. There'll be links to all those things in the notes right below this video on YouTube or on disunplugged.com. All right, so we put out polls recently on Facebook and on disboards.com asking about your picks for the best restaurants at different theme parks. So this week we're focusing on Hollywood Studios. And this is the first one. I agree with the audience. Mm-hmm. Pretty much agree with the audience. So we're going to start at the bottom of the list where it belongs, in the garbage, in the gutter, where the food comes from. Hollywood and Vine, or as I call it, Hollywood and Slime. This is, without a doubt, one of the worst restaurants at Walt Disney World. And it only got 9 votes here in this poll, so apparently most of you agree. And it's a shame that it's the worst, or among the worst, at Walt Disney World, because this is no secret. They know it. We know it. Yet they refuse to change it. They refuse to do anything to make this restaurant better. It's character meal restaurant, and the food is just awful. It's just awful.
Yeah, it's all about getting, it's about volume at Hollywood and Vine. So it's how many, getting the largest amount of families in and through a meal and back out so that the next wave of families can come in. There are brief glimpses of hope, at least in the time that we were there. There's glimpses of hope on the buffet, like a dish that might be a standout dish, or hey, there's some creativity there. That's great. And then everything else is kind of lackluster, and it's just how I feel about it.
And grossly overpriced.
Yeah.
Grossly overpriced.
I mean, the main thing with Hollywood and Vine is the characters that you're going to meet. You could meet those exact same characters at significantly better restaurants. There's not a worse one that I could think that you could meet them at. You can go to Tusker House and meet virtually the same characters. You can go to Garden Grill and meet virtually the same characters. So, or at least some combination of them. So so you can't even really throw characters in as a reason.
Well, the one thing that is unique about this restaurant, in terms of characters, for breakfast, it's Doc McStuffins and some other ones that I can't.
Sophia the First.
Sophia the First. So that, and I don't believe there's anywhere else on property where you're getting those characters. No. So I know that's a big draw for this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, parents are put in a position where they have to trade giving their kids that experience while they eat awful food. And I remember, I don't know that we were doing a review when this happened. I do remember posting something on Facebook about it. It was either a picture or a video when I went in to do that character meal, that character breakfast, and watched a cockroach run across the floor. And, you know, the manager's trying to tell me palmetto bug. Same thing.
Well, and there are locations for character meals that have a lot of charm to them, and the environment is beautiful and warm, and there's just this space lacks. It's cold. It's a
cafeteria.
It is.
It's a cafeteria.
And so you can, as you were saying, Sean, you can just find other places on property to meet these characters and have a little bit of charm and ambiance as well.
Well, somewhere that I think is, for me, is consistently as low as Chef Mickey's. I don't think Chef Mickey's is a good restaurant.
No, it's not.
I think it's terrible. I think that people like it because it does have charm and it does have this consistency of like, my family has gone here forever. Some of my friends, they go here every single trip because they've gone every trip since they were a child, and that's why they go to Chef Mickey's. And Hollywood and Vine doesn't even have that going for it either. So there's not anything particularly. You can just do a lot better somewhere else. Just literally research it all, and you can do better.
I've just completely avoided this place from before I even started this job, just being a viewer of the DIS and it being referred to Hollywood and Slime and all that stuff. I was just like, you know what? I'll go to SciFi.
All right, number 4 at Hollywood Studios. I don't know that I agree with this. I think this should be a little higher. Mama Melrose.
What?
Yeah. Mama Melrose. Mama Melrose came in 4th. It gets better. It gets better. But yeah, Mama Melrose came in number 4. 34 votes from Mama Melrose, about 14% of the votes. And I disagree. I think Mama Melrose is actually quite good.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
We did a review there last year or the year before.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I'd say.
Might be time to go back, but I'd always heard bad things about it or inconsistent things about it. I gotta be honest, I was kind of impressed. I thought it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of things that kids will enjoy on the menu as well. It's kind of like what we were talking about via Napoli a couple of weeks ago, and the pizza being approachable. Same thing. This is noodles and sauce, and it's your Italian favorites, and I love the atmosphere in there. I love all the decorations, the lights hanging from the ceiling. The cast members have been great, and the food's been really good. I like their chicken parm.
We did do the review. I remember the only thing that I didn't like about it, and it had nothing to do with the restaurant, was just that the types of food they served were really heavy.
It was very heavy
food. It was fine because we were doing a review and leaving. But I was like, if this is what I was eating, and then going on Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, the new Star Wars ride, Slinky Dog, like literally there's so many jostling thrill rides, even Star Tours in Hollywood Studios, that this heavy meal was not a good choice.
And not just that, too, considering that you're in Florida. Hot. The last thing you want to do is walk around a theme park in 95-degree weather with fettuccine Alfredo sitting on your stomach.
Yeah.
But in terms of the food, though,
it's very good.
I thought it's certainly better than SciFi Dine-In, yet
I can't believe that wasn't the next one you said out of your mouth.
No,
I was geared up for SciFi Dine-In.
Actually, SciFi Dine-In edged out 50's Primetime Cafe.
Oh, that's...
Which means you've all fallen down and hit your head.
No.
Good job, guys.
Not agreeing with this.
I know you...
See, okay, so
Again, and he's a magnet for the crap restaurants.
But
He's
I'll tell you, I have been plugging that turkey club and fried pickles at SciFi for a while now, but I'll tell you, at least once a week, without fail, someone reaches out to me and says, hey, I went to SciFi, I got the turkey club and fried pickles, and oh my goodness, you were right. It's so good. I'm like, there it is. Every week, I get a message.
The one dish on the menu. Okay, so as long as you want to eat a turkey club with fried pickles,
You're good.
then you're good. Outside of that, but I look, you got to give some points for the ridiculously unique
Oh, yeah. Of
ambiance
course.
of this
Yeah.
restaurant.
Absolutely.
There's a lot about that I find appealing. We got to go do. I don't know that we've actually done a formal review of SciFi Dine-In. I know we did one when they were doing the Star Wars breakfast
you did.
several years ago. We did that, but that was at least 5 years ago. I think we need to go do a formal review of Sci-Fi Dining. But yeah, but it was 50s Primetime that came in third on this with 53 votes, which I don't get because I think it's phenomenal. I think the food is really good. I think the cast members are unbelievable. The whole show that goes on at 50s Primetime, the vibe, the atmosphere, the whole thing.
Fantastic.
One of the best experience restaurants you're going to find anywhere, and certainly at Walt Disney World.
And unique, like you said about Sci-Fi. I mean, same thing here. Very unique. You're not going to get it anywhere else, and it is. It's got something for everyone on that menu. If you love desserts, they've got phenomenal desserts. They've got. I mean, I love their pot roast as an entree. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I love 50s Primetime, and I also obviously love Sci-Fi. But it kind of goes into the same realm of character experiences. Not everybody wants that experience. They don't. Some people want to eat and be left alone. And like I think of like
Good point.
Like Dick's Last Resort is a popular restaurant in Massachusetts where you go there and the whole scheme is for them to kind of like harass you. So like some people don't want their waitress to come over and be like, you have to eat your vegetables, you have to wear this hat, you know. But it is a fun experience if you want to do that.
Oh, we know what we're going to be doing when we review that restaurant.
It's very good. The only thing, I had never eaten there before I started working here. I was always off-put by anytime I would go up to the side part to go to the bar area of them coming out and like screaming the family's names that they were waiting for whenever they come out into the lobby. So that always put me off to ever eating there. I didn't even know what they served. I was just like, that's the place where they scream at the people, like in the waiting area. And I'm just like,
so if you're sitting at the bar, you hear that constantly.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I've always been off-put to going there. Once I tried, I was like, oh my God, I love this food so much. It's so good, but yeah, I'm shocked that it's below Sci-Fi Dining.
Yeah, well, I mean, number 2 on the list was Sci-Fi Dining. So,
and it did really well considering what it was up against with Brown Derby.
you know, 57 votes for Sci-Fi Dining. Of course, the clear winner, 96 votes, almost 39% of the people picked Hollywood Brown Derby.
I mean, I guess it's just the ambiance of you know, getting to sit in the cars and watch the movie. I will also say I've consistently heard really, really, really good things about the wait staff there, of them going like far and above beyond stuff. I know we had a story back about a year ago maybe that we even talked about on the show about some of the wait staff pooling money together and going and buying a Buzz Lightyear doll for a kid that was like that something was going on, or like, and so like they've heard these stories consistently of like very, very good wait staff.
Well, you know, for those who don't know, the Hollywood Brown Derby was an actual restaurant, very famous restaurant, especially in the 40s and the 50s. This is where you found, you know, and everybody who was anybody in Hollywood ate at the Hollywood Brown Derby and would have their characters put up on the wall and things like that. And this was where the Cobb salad was invented. A lot of stories behind how that came to be, but it was the Hollywood Brown Derby where the Cobb salad was invented. And there was a whole culture for that restaurant in terms of its food, its service, and things like that. And this being the only location now to have that name, they take that culture and that history very, very seriously. And they try and recreate it right down to how the Cobb salad is done, how the service is, all the elements that made the Hollywood Brown Derby, the original, so famous. They've really, really tried. They take that history very seriously. So that's a really cool aspect to this. But at the end of the day, the food is exceptional and is consistently exceptional.
It's wonderful. I am a huge fan of anything with French sea salt on it, and so I mean from the rolls and the butter with the sea salt all over the top to the Cobb salad, which you can get as an entree. Like if you look at the menu and you go, wow, I can't pay, you know, $49 for a filet tonight. Well, you could get that salad as an entree and be able to get into the environment, into the location, and experience it while you're here on your vacation. I mean, it's spectacular, and the filet is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
On it.
And can anybody point to a better restaurant, a better in-theme park restaurant anywhere.
So
Nope.
I've never eaten there. So
Oh,
No.
Sean, you must.
that's one of the few
Yeah.
restaurants that I can think of that I can name.
How have I missed that?
We have done multiple reviews and we have booked it several times, and every time something has come up, either that I wasn't able to make the review because it's something else work going on, or if stuff happened and the reservation got canceled. I've been slated to go here 3 or 4 times and it's never happened.
All right, we'll get
so
there. We'll get there.
Do it.
so I can't
You'll love it.
comment on this one. So.
Yeah, I mean, I love Hollywood Brown Derby. I mean, back when we did last year our favorite dishes on property, it hit multiple lists. It was on my list. It was on Denny's list. The filet there, particularly, and the Cobb salad. It's a great place. It's a really, really great place. And fun fact, that's where, if you didn't know, where Hollywood Studios Club 33 is. It's above the Brown Derby.
Right.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, there you have it. Those are your picks for best places to eat at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And that will do it for this episode of our show. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next week with another edition of the Disney Dining Show. Have a great week, folks.